Today I'm going to be reviewing Aladdin as part of the Disney Classics collection on PS4. Now, is it as good as I remember back in the Megadrive days, or has the sands of time turned into a stinker? The creators of the game did an awesome job with the game's visuals, and it's probably its strongest, best feature, as they actually used the animators from the Disney film to actually hand draw the animations for Aladdin and all the other enemies and characters in the game, and it really pays off as it looks like the film come to life on the Megadrive. It's really impressive, all the details and subtle animations they include, not just in Aladdin's movements for his traversal and his combat, but also in the characters that he sees in the level, as there's just so many cool little touches, like when you attack an enemy with an apple, how they flinch and react, how Aladdin moves himself when he throws apples and things. The cutscenes are also nicely animated. What about when you attack Iago and his feathers come out? When you see the merchant appear? Or when guards go over hot coals and they hold their feet and scream in agony? Or when you attack the fat guy with a boot and he just bounces on his belly? Then there's the more fancy 3D animations such as the ball and chain and the lava effects that you see later on in the game. There's so many cool moments, and it's really well done, and it really makes the game feel like a quality product. This was seriously ahead of its time back in the day. When playing this as a kid, one of the first things to bother me about the game was the fact that the Prince Ali song plays in the first level of the game. Yep, that's right, the first level you get the Prince Ali song, which happens after he's met the genie and escaped the cave and got his wish to be a prince. So why the fuck am I hearing that song in the very first level? I should be hearing the One Jump Ahead song. I mean, it's not even like they didn't have the rights to that tune, as it plays on the Agrabah rooftops level after the desert one where you've just got all the scarabs to enter the cave. So why am I hearing that song here? This would have been a better place. Even if it didn't really fit here, it would have been a better place for the Prince Ali song and not the One Jump Ahead song. It was just an annoyance that I wish they would have followed the movie a bit closer in general. Oh well.
Well.
The awesome Sega intro where the genie shoots down Iago. Aladdin can use apples and his sword to take out enemies, and it's a bit of a mixed bag. Sometimes you have to be right on top of the guards in order to hit them, taking unnecessary damage. Then other times you can be nowhere near them and still hit them. It's a bit inconsistent throughout the whole game, really. And one of the other issues I had with the sword fights are the white flashes that you see when you hit them. Sometimes when you clash swords, this white flash just covers the screen, and it's really distracting. I don't know about you, but I really love the level intro screens, where it shows you the name of the level along with the Aladdin logo. It's a really simple looking screen, but I just love the subtle animation in the background of the genie cloud smoke and the music that plays. It's so cool, and I love it. Every time I saw a new level and I heard that little jingle, I was like, yeah, this is so cool. It never got old, and it's such a simple but effective thing. The bat enemies that appear in the prison level and then the Cave of Wonders level in Aladdin have to be, hands down, the most annoying bullshit enemy in the entire fucking game. They're just fucking tiny ass little bats that fly around you, and every now and then they will swipe in and hit you, and they're just fucking annoying. They're like an annoying fucking fly in your house that you just try and desperately swell your fucking arms around in the hope that you'll fucking hit the thing. They're just such an awkward thing to fight. You can try and hit them with your sword by doing the up and attack to just constantly swing, but they're always in your way, and worse still are the ones when they subtly hide on the ceilings, so when you're hanging and you're not expecting to have to fight anything, they just come out of nowhere and you got to hit them. And then this one here, look, I kill these weird snail things, and I think I'm okay to get this health because I'm about to die, so I jump to it, only to find that there's a fucking bat right by it. What the fuck, man? It gets me and I die. That is just pure bullshit. I will say, though, when you do get the drop on them, it's hella satisfying watching them fucking fall. Take that, you fucking bat. The Inside the Lamp level in Aladdin is one of the more unique and interesting levels, and it's quite rightly, really, when you consider that it's a magical level, and it's something that doesn't actually happen in the movie. So it's kind of inspired by the Friend in Me songs. You'll see a lot of imagery and stuff like the column A and column B and the genie hands and such that happened in the song in this level, and it's kind of a fun one to just play around with. You'll get launched along ledges by the genie flicking you. There's hands that you can jump on that shrink and grow, and it's just a fun level, really. The jumping fish in Aladdin's Cave of Wonders level can go and do one. They're an absolute annoyance that will always jump out on you as you're trying to jump to the next sinking platform. Aladdin can't fucking swim either, so these will probably cause you a few cheap deaths. They can go and fuck themselves. So while Aladdin doesn't have fully animated cutscenes to tell the story of the film, it instead does it through several stylish static cutscenes that I think do the job quite well. The music definitely helps set the tone, and there are a couple of basic animations, however it's mostly just, I think, captures from the film. It looks nice enough and it does a decent job, and it's pretty cool seeing it. I just wish there were more and it expanded on the story a bit more, because it is kind of rushed. The Shiva monkey boss in the Cave of Wonders level is an absolute joke. A joke because it's so fucking easy to kill. You wonder why they even bothered to program the thing. So the boss will appear on either gold plinth and teleport back and forth between them. However, Aladdin can just stand next to one and swing his sword and hit him before the statue even has a chance to do anything. Then, as soon as you hit him, you just run to the next one and wait for him to reappear and do the same again and again. It's just a pointless boss fight. What a waste. This could have been so much better, but as it stands, it was a bit of a letdown. One of the cool things I liked in Aladdin was the Abu bonus stages, and you enter these by collecting the Abu tokens found throughout the levels. Upon completing the level, you then get to go into the bonus stage and actually play as Abu himself. Now, in these levels, you have to avoid falling objects and collect gems and try and last as long as you can, because it's one hit and you're out. There's one in the marketplace that is pretty cool, especially when the falling pots stop and you then get attacked by guards and you have to hit them with the sword. But perhaps the coolest one is in the Cave of Wonders, where you have to dodge falling rocks, giant boulders that roll in across the screen, as well as bats. They're a great way of earning gems which you can buy extra lives or continues with. There are two annoying sections on the Inside the Lamp level. This bit here, where you're just left with a dead end and an arrow pointing upwards with nothing there, is one of them, as these hand platforms just take absolutely ages to spawn in and come down from the top of the screen, so you're just left wondering where the fuck you should go. They take far too long to come down, and it's a real annoyance. It just makes the level a bit longer than it should be. And then you get another section where it does it immediately after with these genie balloons that you have to jump across. They take a fucking age to come across from the left. They should already be there as you come down so you can see what you actually have to do. So Aladdin is full of little hidden Easter eggs and nice little animations, and this fat guard that you will see throughout the game has one of them himself. So you can take him out with the sword and he'll just explode, and you can also throw apples at him to explode him. However, sometimes when you hit him with an apple, rather amusingly, his pants will fall down, revealing his heart-shaped boxers. Brilliant. So Aladdin humiliates him before finishing him off with another apple. Bang. In the level where you have to escape the crumbling Cave of Wonders, there are several sections where you are chased by a giant boulder, Indiana Jones style. Now these, to begin with, are quite easy, as the boulder's fairly slow and you don't have to run for long. However, it's a bit bullshit, because if the boulder just touches you slightly, even if it's just your toe as you're jumping away from it, you will just instantly die. And there are a few pitfalls and other things that are placed around, like gems and such, that you can pick up that will slow you down. But perhaps the worst bit is this beginner's trap here, where if you take the top route, you're just instantly killed by an incoming boulder. Take that, Aladdin, you fucking mug, right in your face. The Sega Megadrive's lying in the background amongst all the treasure on the inside the lamp level. Such a cool little detail. So after getting through the tricky Cave of Wonders level, you get one final section inside the cave as you fly on the magic carpet towards the exit. So the carpet and Aladdin are always in the same area of the screen, but you can move the carpet up or down. The aim of the level is to avoid the incoming rocks, and you do this by keeping an eye on the genie fingers that appear on screen to tell you which way to fly. So if it points up, you fly up and avoid the incoming rock that's at the bottom of the screen, and vice versa. So the level starts off fairly simple, but it's not long before it escalates.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
And this is where the problem occurs, as it just makes this level more and more bullshit. When it gets faster and faster, it's harder and harder to fucking see. If you look at this screen for too long, your eyes just go fucking weird, and the rocks just keep coming and coming, and you have to be quicker and quicker with your reflexes to move and dodge them. And it just becomes a real grind fest, because you'll just die and die and die as you try and learn the pattern of where the rocks are going to be. And worst of all, when you just think you've got the hang of it, the game then throws you a curveball, and instead of seeing a finger, you see a question mark. So where the fuck's the rock?
Oh, God!
There's just no way when you're first playing this that you're going to know where to move to. You're going to lose a lot of lives here. It will just drain your lives. And the fact that you can only have 9 on you at any one time means that you haven't really got many attempts to do this level before you have to use one of the continues that you may or may not have. You will die again and again.
No, God, please, no!
And again and again.
No! No!
So get used to seeing that game over screen, because you're going to see it a lot here. It's just a fucking annoying level. I love the pink pelicans in Sultan's Palace and the animations and sound that they make when you jump on them. Those poor bastards, it's like he's saying hey, and then he just looks at you and he's like, come on then, get off me, asshole. Brilliant. The flying carpet sections in the Sultan's Palace level are just straight up bullshit. Sometimes you just need to fly diagonally left, yet the carpet flies around the screen like he's fucking drunk and will go anywhere but the direction you need to go, usually hovering around enemies and collectibles but not quite going by them, and instead just flying you right in towards an enemy. The amount of times you fucking lose health or die here just because the carpet just fucking wants to fucking kill you. I mean, if you didn't want me to ride your carpet, you should have just fucking said so. What a fucking joke. Composed by Tommy Tallarico, the game's soundtrack is music to my ears, and best of all, there are some great original soundtracks, like this desert level. There are also all the classics you could expect from the movie, such as One Jump Ahead, Prince Ali, Friend Like Me, and A Whole New World. Take a listen to these and you'll see what I mean when I say this is a brilliant sounding game. The Jafar boss fight is really underwhelming. He has 2 forms, his normal one and then his snake form, but he always stays in the middle of the room, and you can only attack him by throwing apples, as your sword is useless here, so I hope you saved up a load of apples. The problem is though, he's always in the centre of the room, and the camera isn't zoomed out enough for you to see him and yourself, so you're always attacking him when he's off screen by throwing apples in his direction. It means that you don't actually get to see the boss fight you're fighting. The only times you will see him is if you manage to run out of apples and you have to run across to the other side of the room that respawn them. It's just a bit silly that I can't see the boss. I want to see the cool snake, but I never really get to. I also love the little Easter eggs the game packs into the backgrounds of the scenes, such as the Mickey Mouse ears hanging up on the washing in the desert. Or how about when you see the Mickey Mouse ears again in the prison level on a corpse? What the hell? Or what about the Goofy images on the pillars in the desert? Or the genie toilet sign? He has his own special toilet. And then there's also a weird one with a dog and a bone, and a guy trying to get him to give him the key by handing him a bone. And then perhaps scariest of all is that Sebastian from The Little Mermaid is also hanging up in the prison cell. Jesus Christ. Universe is confirmed then. Overall, I would say Aladdin is a fun game, with its visuals and soundtrack being its best features. The gameplay is a bit repetitive and it's a bit paper thin at times, but the platform in itself is fun, and the combat, though a bit glitchy, is enjoyable, and it's nice that you can throw apples and use your sword, so there's a bit of variety there. I will say that it doesn't stick as close to the film as I would like though, especially in terms of the levels, as you don't get to do a lot of the things from the film. There's no running through the marketplace with Jasmine, you don't get to do the snowy mountain when Jafar throws you over there, and the final boss is a bit lacking in my opinion, but it is a great package overall, and there's a lot of fun to be had here. It's a nice game and a great licensed one, and it's definitely worth watching out for on the PS4 when it comes down in price. And if you got it on the Mega Drive, then I'm sure you'll agree that it was a great addition to your collection. And back in the day when I had this, I absolutely loved it. So thank you very much for watching this review. I hope you've enjoyed looking back at one of the Disney classics on the Mega Drive. And please do check it out when it's on PS4 when it goes down in price, because you can also get Lion King, and that's also great. Anyway, that's it for this review, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers, bye.